Hey guys, Kennedy here. Welcome back to another episode of Dragon Age Inquisition. You can see I actually backed out of the War Council room to save the game and take a break for a while. So those missions that we sent our guys on are actually done because they're timed by real life time, not in-game time. So even though I wasn't playing, time passed and they're completed. So before we actually head out of town, let's send our I don't know, advisors, representatives, the Inquisition folk out on some missions and read the reports they brought back. Let's see about the watchtowers. Commander Cullen, with the watchtowers built, we've had advance warning of demon and bandit attacks. The area is safer for both the refugees and the farmers who had fled the nearby fields. Much appreciated, sir. It's good to know that the Inquisition is willing to put in the time to help these people. Corporal Vale. Rewards received. Okay, doesn't tell me what I received, but maybe Master Dennett is here, maybe I have to go back and talk to him, I don't remember. Let's see about the Carta. Kadash, what I'm hearing is the Carta's been paid off. No more hit, happy dasher, all that rot. Good work. Might even see if I can pay a visit to one of the safe houses and not lose my head. I'll be in touch. Lantos. I don't know who Lantos is. I don't know, I guess he was the one who warned me about the problem to begin with, and it looks like we've gained influence, so that gets me closer to another Inquisition perk. And what else? The Terran of Highever. Ambassador Montilier, the Inquisition emissaries were a welcome addition to our vigil. As a token of my thanks, I am sending Ferelden arms for your troops. May the Maker grant you never need them. Sincerely, Terran Fergus Cousland. Ferelden Captain Longsword. Okay, probably won't use that. I think we already sold one of those, in fact. But it's a nice gesture. So let's see. We could discover this place, but we don't have the power for it. And I actually want to go to Orlais to speak with the Chantry. Address a nobleman's concerns. Herald, your Inquisition says it's for order against chaos, reason, and darkness. If you stand by this, come forth and drive the heretics from my lands. They claim to be refugees, but I have seen elves and apostates among them. Filthy savages tearing at our roots. Our monarch refuses to send forth armies, and my own knights were decimated at the conclave. I require your aid to return peace to my lands. Prove your loyalty, and I will see you richly rewarded for your faith. Praise the light, Lord Kildarn of Ferelden. I support elves and apostates being refugees. If they're not fighting, then they're refugees, just like everyone else could be. So let's see what our choices are. Josephine says, ah yes, Lord Kildarn, a pariah even among his peers. Let us send a polite refusal and nothing more. Not a bad choice. Liliana, we can take advantage of his raving. My spies can harass the refugees into moving somewhere else to win Lord Kildarn's favor. No way, that's too conniving. Cullen, we could send a few patrols, but I would prefer they help the refugees, not this Lord Kildarn. I agree. Yeah, let's send help for the refugees. Is it the same amount of time? Yeah.
To work?
Okay. What is this one? Gather coin. Up until now, Inquisition forces have had the benefit of the Chantry's deep coffers. Now the Inquisition is forced to seek out its own sources of revenue if it is going to grow further. Trade in and out of Haven is limited at this point, but there are various opportunities to earn coin, provided the Inquisition is willing to focus its efforts on the matter. It would be a simple matter to collect secrets and sell them with nothing traceable back to the Inquisition. Trading in favors with merchants and the nobility is my specialty. It could earn us a great deal if we're careful. So I will probably send Josephine on this, but let's see what else we need to do first. Hard in Hightown 3, Varric's Revenge. Ruffles, I need a favor. Actually, let's call it a loan, since I'll pay it back. I got a letter from my editor in Kirkwall today. She tells me that Hard in Hightown 3, The Repuncheoning, appeared in print from an Antivan printer a couple weeks ago. I'll give you a moment to contemplate the horror that is that title. The Repuncheoning. I had my contacts in the Merchants Guild look for the author a couple years back. The best they could find out after spending a couple hundred gold was that Pyrrol Balinfort is a pen name. I could have told them that for free. You've got contacts with the Antivan print houses. Maybe you could find out more than the guild. Varric. Alright, so it looks like somebody is writing sequels to Varric's books. If this author has evaded the Merchants Guild, the Crows might be a better choice for investigating him. I tend to agree. I could ask a friend in Antiva City to look into this matter, I suppose. No, let's send Liliana on this.
Let's see what we have.
And let's send Josephine on this one here.
Let us begin.
Okay. And then Taylor is going to head to Valroyo to speak with the Chantry. The remaining Chantry clerics have declared the Inquisition heretical. Attempts to gather allies against the breach have been rebuffed, and at this moment we could not step foot into the capital without being attacked by a mob or arrested. We must convince the Chantry to permit us entry into the city so we can show them the Herald of Andraste is not the monster they believe. Recommended levels 4 to 7. What level am I? I don't want to back out. You know what? We're going here. Let's hope I don't screw it up.
Having the Herald address the clerics is not a terrible idea.
You can't be serious.
Mother Giselle isn't wrong. At the moment, the Chantry's only strength is that they are united in opinion.
And we should ignore the danger to the Herald.
Let's ask her.
I'm willing to go.
What can they do is just talk.
Don't underestimate the power of their words. An angry mob will do you in just as quickly as a blade.
I will go with her. Mother Giselle said she could provide us names. Use them.
But why? This is nothing but a...
What choice do we have, Liliana? Right now we can't approach anyone for help with the breach. Use what influence we have to call the clerics together. Once they are ready, we will see this through.
Okay, we already read this, I think. Yep. Alright, power cost 4. We can afford that. Let's go.
The city still mourns.
Just a guess, Seeker, but I think they all know who we are.
Your skills of observation never fail to impress me, Varric.
My Lady Herald!
You're one of Leliana's people. What have you found?
The Chantry Mothers await you, but so do a great many Templars.
There are Templars here?
People seem to think the Templars will protect them from the Inquisition. They're gathering on the other side of the market. I think that's where the Templars intend to meet you.
Only one thing to do, then.
So
They
Valroyo...
wish to protect the people? From us?
What? No.
Return to Haven. Someone will need to inform them if we are delayed.
As you say, my lady.
I was trying to talk with her because I had, like, conversation choices, but it wouldn't let me click. Okay. Inscribed upon a plaque, Our Lady and the actors of her rise and fall, her message and visage are worth repeating. So, what I was about to say is that Valroyo, I think, is where the Chantry was originally founded, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a very devout city. And this is where we were coming to speak with the clerics, but it sounds like the Templars are here too, which is possibly dangerous for us. Beneath, scratched by a vandal, and his head suddenly weighs too much. Interesting. Mopharoth's remorse, beneath, scratched by a vandal, at meeting a low door frame. I see. So... I don't know specifically what these are supposed to represent. They're kind of cool statues. Malfroth's regret beneath scratched by a vandal about his unfortunate hair. Oops. The avenue of her reflective thought. The avenue is inspirational, but wise travelers do not linger in their respects, not just because the bazaar awaits, but because the area before the back-turned statues is treacherous. Local legend has it that the child empress Amy abused the opportunity of religious repose to relieve herself beneath the gaze of Our Lady. Unable to discipline the toddling leader, her attendants instead chastised the statues and had them turn in supposed embarrassment. True or not, foolish youths dare each other to soil the spot in similar fashion, and a place of otherwise reverent thought always carries a faint odor about it. Gross. Malfroth's penitence and unrelated headache. Okay. These guys aren't the most original graffiti artists. The Summer Bazaar. Let me change my quest here. I'm not interested in the Haven quests, or sorry, the Hinterlands quests until I return there. We're dealing with the Inquisitor's path at the moment. And plaque to read over there.
Stand wary, guardsman. The Inquisition is here, along with the Herald of Andraste.
I heard that dwarf was found covered in the Divine's blood.
Oh, it's not
Let her
exactly.
pass. The Inquisition is the Templars' problem, and they'll fix it.
Okay. Let's see what the Templars have to say then.
The Templars will stand for us and help Val Royal return to mourning.
Okay. If that's how you see it.
Good people of Val Royal, hear me. Together, we mourn our divine. A naive and beautiful heart, silenced by treachery. You wonder what will become of a murderer. Well, wonder no more. Behold, the so-called Herald of Andraste, claiming to rise where our beloved fell. We say this is a false prophet. The Maker would send no dwarf in our hour of need.
Wow. I do want to talk peacefully. I never claimed to be rising in Andraste's stead. We do have a real enemy. We need to deal with the breach. I'm not going to give them orders. I don't think I can just say this, because she is just talking peacefully at the moment.
I make no such claim. I wasn't sent here by Andraste or the Maker. I am simply trying to close the breach. It threatens us all.
It's true. The Inquisition seeks only to end this madness before it is too late.
It is already too late. The Templars have returned to the Chantry. They will face this Inquisition, and the people will be safe once more.
Whoa.
Still yourself. She is beneath us.
What an ass.
What's the meaning of this?
Her claim to authority is an insult, much like your own.
Lord
But
Seeker
yours?
Lucius, it's imperative that we speak with...
You will not address me.
Lord Seeker?
Creating a heretical movement. Raising up a puppet as Andraste's prophet. You should be ashamed. You should all be ashamed. The Templars failed no one when they left the Chantry to purge the mages. You are the ones who have failed. You who'd leash our righteous swords with doubt and fear. If you came to appeal to the Chantry, you are too late. The only destiny here that demands respect is mine.
What an egomaniac. I don't really want his help, and I don't think that asking for help is gonna... the only destiny here that demands respect is mine. Yeah, I think I just have to appeal to his men.
Templars, one of your own commands the Inquisition's forces. Join us as he did.
A staunch and loyal member of the Order. So loyal, he abandoned them for a false herald.
But Lord Seeker, what if she really was sent by the Maker? What if...
You are called to a higher purpose. Do not question.
I will make the Templar Order a power that stands alone against the Void. We deserve recognition. Independence.
They're just after
You
power.
have shown me nothing, and the Inquisition, less than nothing. Templars, Val Royeaux is unworthy of our protection. We march.
Charming fellow, isn't he?
Has Lord Seeker Lucius gone mad?
Do you know him very well?
He took over the Seekers of Truth 2 years ago, after Lord Seeker Lambert's death. He was always a decent man, never given to ambition and grandstanding. This is very bizarre.
Doesn't look like we'll be getting the Templars to help us after all.
I wouldn't write them off so quickly. There must be those in the Order who see what he's become. Either way, we should first return to Haven and inform the others.
Well, that didn't go so well for us. But let's go talk to the revered mother. See if she's okay.
This victory must please you greatly, Seeker Cassandra.
We came here seeking only to speak with the mothers. This is not our doing, but yours.
And you had no part in forcing our hand? Do not delude yourself. Now we have been shown up by our own Templars, in front of everyone. And my fellow clerics have scattered to the wind along with their convictions. Just tell me one thing. If you do not believe you are the Maker's chosen, then what are you?
Someone who can help close the breach and end this madness.
That is more comforting than you might imagine. I suppose it is out of our hands now. We shall all see what the Maker plans in the days to come.
So what happens now? Will the Chantry continue to denounce me?
We have already done so. And what good has it done us? Now it falls on us to select a new divine, if we can. And leave the next step to her.
Provided such a selection is even possible.
I truly don't know. Any revered mother who could have followed Justinia died at the Conclave. What becomes of us, and your Inquisition, is in the Maker's hands now.
How many Templars turned on the Chantry exactly?
They rebelled across Thedas. Some remained loyal, but not enough to call them the Order. The White Spire here in the capital was the largest garrison, but now it stands empty. Perhaps more shall flock to the Lord Seeker's banner now. How far has faith waned, I wonder?
You're obviously skeptical. What do you believe I am?
Our divine. Her holiness is dead. I have seen evidence for everything, except what would comfort me.
That doesn't answer my question.
For you to be true, a great many things must be false. And if you are false, a great many things must have failed. There is chaos ahead, whatever your intentions.
It's not too late. The Chantry could still help us and come out on top.
If only that were true.
What's to stop you from trying?
We are not looking for a winning horse. We are simply trying to do the right thing.
As am I. Alright, well, let's sorry, guys.
Leave me
Nope.
be, survivor. Your presence here is not comforting.
Yeah, no, just let me out. I don't even remember what I was going to say, but I didn't mean to restart a conversation with her. That was an accident. I want to explore this place, though, before we leave. Difficult time for those who have lost. While I understand concerns for propriety and the general dressing of the bazaar, I must caution that release is needed. We are suffering not just ongoing civil conflict pitting brother against sister, not just outright war pitting Templar against mage, not just the loss of our most holy and the best of our leaders. We are suffering all three, as the sky is wounded for all to see. All we know of our world is threatened, along with all we know of the next. With this most grave notation, I ask that the writs of losses and missing remain, that the citizens, however indirectly, be allowed to post their griefs of known dead and the names of hopefully living, and with them their criticisms of how they have been told or not told. For while I have no doubt we as Orlesians will maintain our utmost composure, there must be release, there must be grief, there must be mourning. If not, if we do not allow this simple expression, we risk a greater outburst. Let our people shed their tears in as reserved a means as necessary. The market will be cleared in due course, but this day, this time, we must let this simple expression stand. Written by Captain Albion, Orlesian Guard, Summer Bazaar. So I guess that's these things here that are hanging on the wall. Stories of people's dead or missing. Mirror de la Mere reveals folly. I don't know. I am so bad at French. Was cut from Valroyo in 849 blessed. It was the will of the mad Emperor Reveal, who demanded a reflecting pool large enough to draw his vain deceased mother back across the vale. Many shops and vendors were evicted to make room for his folly, and several memorials to the heroes of the first 4 blights were simply toppled. The reservoir supports little in the way of life, as the bottom was lined with lead to increase its reflective properties. Rivet intended it for divination, using boats as massive planchettes, but work was not finished until the week of his own death. The waters see little use today, save for lazy, or fornication, sojourns by the nobility aboard decorative gondolas. Okay. Reservoir stocking evaluation. Tremors, floating, taste is off, water birds die off, restocking failed, fish not fit, do not consume. The Randy Dowager Quarterly, a waterlogged quarterly missive of suspect virtue. The Randy Dowager welcomes the blooms of spring with the collected Calipigian cuirassiers, being a scandalous representation of Her Majesty's favoured, caught in flagrant delectable. Can their uniforms and modesty withstand the assault? The Randy Dowager, exhibitions for the noble of thought but spry of step. The lady herself says hardly a Tethras, but generously arousing if polished cuirass does it for you, and it should. 3 scarves fluttered in chalk out of 5, RD. Alright, sorry about that, guys. I was really having some trouble getting through that reading for some reason. I mean, I feel like somebody should help the revered mother. Like, she's just sitting there. Oh, and it's so hard to get out of this area without, like, initiating a conversation with her. I don't know that I want to buy and sell at the moment.
Yes, as open as I can be. If you've a need for the well-cut or the sparkling, perhaps I can help. At the...
Do I have things to sell? Oops, sell valuables. I assume that's what sell all means. It doesn't actually sell all my things. I hope that's true. Yeah, I still have lots of things. Okay. Tonic spell. Yeah, see, all their stuff is super expensive. Like, they're not going to sell to me for very cheap. There's some good stuff in here, but we'll save our shopping trip for another day. Ooh,
What's
Jesus.
that? An arrow with a message?
Favors for friends. A message is attached, written in a large flowing hand and bordered with doodles. People say you're special. I want to help, and I can bring everyone. There's a baddie in Val Royeaux. I hear he wants to hurt you. Have a search for the red things in the market, the docks, and round the cafe, and maybe you'll meet him first. Bring swords. Friends of Red Jenny. Have a search for the red things in the market, the docks, and round the cafe. A poor drawing of the locations in the market is attached. Okay, let's go investigate the docks again then.
They left us. The Templars left us to the mages. Liars.
Oh yeah, I see a quest marker on the map now. Here's a red thing.
We should look around.
Favors for friends, same title. A red handkerchief folded around a key with a small, hasty scrawl. Key lifted from drunk swearing about Harold. Don't know what door. I'm out. My debt is paid. Okay, so somebody lifted a key from somebody who's after me, maybe? She said a baddie, or... Sorry, I know that it's a she, but the note said a baddie... is in Val Royeaux talking about you. And somebody took a key from someone. Examine. La pomme vieille morte. The apples nearest the cafe are said to change their taste depending on whether one is walking toward or away from the gallows. And of course they do, for taste is subject to the whims of the heart, and no meal is favored after tears. But dare it anyway, for none know the taste of joy such as we who do not shy from experience. From our Elysian heart by formerly Sister Laudine. I guess she got kicked out.
They say a lot about you. Can't believe any of it.
La Masque du Lion. We cheered when honored was her might, but many more deserve a thought, for though she was the first a knight, her kin and kind have always fought. From a plaque with the dedication Le Masque du Lion, sponsored by Princess Corinne's First Cavalerie, for those we stood beside. Okay. I'm going to continue to botch the French, guys, so you just have to bear with me.
We maintain an Inquisition presence on Commander Cullen's orders. This has been received as you might expect.
Well, I'm glad you guys are here at least.
At once.
Knot of Heroes, Mopharoth and Sacrifice. Andraste, Our Lady, the sword and the fire against Tevinter. Betrayed to the Empire in exchange for a kingdom. Mopharoth, now synonymous with treachery. But would Andraste have won, and if not, what would we have lost? Let us look not just at the act, but at the why of it. As the armies of faith pierced the imperial homeland, it was revealed not as a wave, but as an arrow. And as any hunter will attest, if your aim is not true, there is no returning to the bow. We must consider how much of Our Lady's victory to this point was against true Imperium, and how much was against the echoes of Empire. Andraste the Inspiration may not have considered such, but Mopharoth the General fought for homeland, not visions. Was it victory or defeat that his betrayal held at bay? Mopharoth made the deal that killed Our Lady. That is fact. And when Andraste died, Mopharoth was gifted everything from the southern plains south. How generous and impossible to hold this must have seemed. Let us look on Mopharoth and the legacy he divided among his sons, not with an eye for accusation, but from a tactical consideration. For he must have known that mere rivals had never stopped Tevinter. What if he set about creating peers, and none of this was accident? How then fared Iseroth, Evrion, and Verald? Excerpted from A History Not of Heroes, reading in the Ugly Heart of Change, collected by Philium, a bard. Same bard that was writing those tours of the city pamphlets. I don't really know what's meant by that. That article about Mopharoth. Favors for friends, a different, simple script on the back of a stable report, marked with red paint. Thank you, friends, for helping good Lady Karis. Saw those who asked about Harold enter third passage. Could not stay to see them exit. Okay, so someone is thanking friends, maybe this group. The first note was signed Friends of Red Jenny, for helping good Lady Karis. Saw those who asked about Harold enter third passage. Could not stay to see them exit. Third passage. Okay, so maybe I have like a suggested location. Plus I have a key. Her Majesty's convenience. A plaque reads, "For Her Majesty's convenience, wood and vines defy the very sun and rain." Okay. Oops. Not of heroes, the death of diversity. What could hold back an empire? Another. What could hold back so defined a people as Tevinter? Another. Let us consider if eldest Iseroth was not meant to honor Mopharoth, for the father's fate was already condemned by hidden betrayal. Let us consider that Iseroth was told to turn from ties to Mopharoth, to look forward, not back. What of his actions then? Iseroth was granted a land of tribes, of scattered alliance. His answer was the grand unification, which most condemn as arrogance. Sweeping changes in trade, relocations to break local allegiances, all to favor centralized trade and power. Cities were leveled to expand a new capital, a powerful and influential city of a new nation, Val Royeaux of Orlais, and all in the name of not lost Andraste, but of holding back looming Tevinter. Power was united, but cultures less so. Investing everyone in the new Orlais stratified the classes, and through it all spread a bitterness that a Ferelden ruled. Iseroth avoided the stain of his father, for he was seen as victim too, but he was still Alamari. What if, dear readers, the final unifying element came not from accident, or even the deliberate actions of Iseroth, but from a common hatred, and not the common hatred of the day? The sons of Mopharoth would succeed at creating a peer for Tevinter, but only at the cost of themselves. So I guess Philem the Bard is sort of writing his alternate version of what could have happened in Andraste's history.
What? Yes, I'm sorry. Minding the duties of the ailing mother, Havara. I am rather overwhelmed. Forgive me. I am unsure whether I meant to extend chantry services to you, and that troubles me greatly.
Okay. I understand. She's torn, right? Chantry services should be available to everyone, but the Inquisition is considered a chantry enemy, I guess.
All's well, it seems.
Oh, what is this place? Maybe a magic shop? Potion shop?
My creator, judge me whole.
Inquisition, eh? I'll sell. But if the Chantry censures you, I'm not liable. No offense, but I have to live here, and Val Royeaux can be traditional.
I understand. What can I buy from you, though?
Inquisition, eh? I'll sell. But if the Chantry
Oh,
censures
here we go.
you...
Alright. I see, so he sells weapon schematics and armor schematics. Nah.
No
I'm
offense,
not gonna spend money on all this right now.
Val Royeaux can be...
Watched over them, as a gardener watches the earth.
Can I go either of these ways? Excuse me, team. Nope. Oop, getting a little stuttery. There we go. Seems back to normal. The summer home of Messer Glubs. A plaque reads, "A seasonal home for the childhood pet of the twin sons of Empress Yvette. The nature of Messer Glubs remains unknown, save that he was a gift from a Ruvani ambassador, and he was eventually released to the sea after taking the hand of a sluggish page."
Wonderful.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, what have I not seen? Noble citizen, you want to chat with me?
What is the Grand Cathedral thinking? We must have a new divine. She will show us the way.
Yeah. I mean, it probably would help if they elected a new divine, but how are they going to choose? So that's an armor shop. I don't want a shop. That looks like a weapon shop.
I believe that messenger is trying to...
You are the Herald of Andraste, are you not? I have an invitation for you.
Oh? Invitation. First Enchanter Vivienne. You are cordially invited to attend my salon held at the Chateau of Duke Bastien de Ghislaine. Yours, Vivienne de Fer, First Enchanter of Montsemard, Enchanter to the Imperial Court. First Enchanter of Montsemard. So I think the First Enchanter is like the head mage of a mage's circle, if I'm not mistaken. And so presumably she is... Maybe there's a circle that's associated with Valrio. Not of heroes, united in hatred. If we are re-examining motive, let us not stop at the sons of the betrayer. For the first leader of young Orlais after the sons was Jashavis, chattel wife of 2 of them. But examine the facts. A proud daughter of the Syrian, chosen not unkindly by Isaroth to be his bride, it was her reach that granted him power to unify. Consider what she witnessed in the consolidation of her people. She has always been portrayed with sadness, but what if when our nation was born the game was born with it? Judge her actions not as property but as master, and what changes? As a victim, Isaroth, rumored cruel, breaks the clans in a lust for power. His brother, Verald, exiled from his own machinations in young Navarra, appeals to the saddened wife and promises a new path. The brothers vie, and Verald wins and then demands the hand of Jashavis. Another Ferelden greedy for power. In a decade, the shy victim Jashavis is the figurehead of the people's rebellion against the last son of the betrayer. As master, bound to rivalries far older, she harbors a hatred beyond Tevinter. And while Isaroth is distracted, with personal concern or with building a nation to withstand his own people's enemy, she invites the broken brother and sets him against the driven. While accepting marriage to the victor, Jashavis seeds rebellion among those who remember how their lands were taken not a generation before. Both leave her as ruler, as Gioha. But should not the rule of a victim been uncertain? Jashavis rules for 42 years. There were no great swings backward, no people's retribution, for she had become accustomed. If the goals of Isaroth were selfish, and the goal of Jashavis was to reverse them, then Orlais is born of the failure of both. But if Isaroth built his father's wall and Jashavis wanted revenge, then we are a nation of 2 successes, 2 parents in opposition but in partnership. Interesting version, potential version of history. It's kind of cool you get to hear both sides by his writing. Not the most clear story, but that's alright. Fast travel. Okay, so I guess we've seen most of it down here. She of the highwaymen repents. Gallows master, hold thy hand, hold it back a while. Callous juror, let me stand, let me bear a smile. For comes my brother distant, for comes my Saviour soon. I stand here most insistent, I will receive my boon. Fellow soldier, hold thy voice, hold it if you may. Fallow shoulders show my choice, I am in your sway. For know my crime was cruel, and all my pain deserved. I stand here as a fool, despite my brother served. Mother dearest, look away, look into the sun. Others nearest gone astray, you will be undone. For no more will I prattle, and no more will I pray. Hear you must the rattle, as life will fly away. From Songs of Old Orlais, she of the highwaymen repents. Interesting.
The Chantry has just shown themselves helpless.
Emperor
Fetch the
Florian.
Templars back, I wonder.
Sorry, I wanted to see what they were going to say. I'm not sure how I just leveled up. I guess because I got... Oh, no. Okay, I can't read it from here. Let's go into the codex and read it. Emperor Florian was the one I just unlocked. Characters, I guess. It's quite tricky to find the right one, though. Oh, these are actual characters in the game. Alright, well, sorry guys. I don't care. I'm not
Templars left.
sufficiently
The Chantry
invested
promised
in
they'd
that
defend
particular
us.
one.
Excuse me, but is what they're saying real? The Inquisition's going to fix the hole in the sky?
I'm going to give it a try, at least.
No one is doing anything. The Chantry's useless, and the Templars... Andraste. I never thought they'd abandon us. Listen, your camp will need food. I have contacts. We'll have deliveries there in days.
Great.
You want to help the Inquisition?
Never been part of something this big before, but if your Inquisition's going to seal the sky, I want to help.
Alright.
Head to Haven, then. We need good people.
I don't know if I'm that, but it will be nice to see. Thank you.
Right on. Thank you for your help. Okay, so actually I think that to get to the rest of the places in this area...
You might find friends among the stunned and reeling.
I think to get to the rest of this area, some areas have multiple levels, LT or RTP. I actually have to fast travel because, for example, I need to get upstairs, but I can't actually use any of these stairs. So, let's teleport over here towards our quest. There's some stairs here. Would that have gone all the way down? Let's find out real quick. No. Another Randy Dowager. I'm not going to read that right now. I usually am very attentive to the details, but we have certainly been reading a lot since we got here. A season of the four afoul. At this window, the thief Treadwell did witness the attempted assault of Lady Castine. He surrendered his chance for escape to catch and hold her assailant, a bard of Lloyd Hallovine. Hero thief, foiled bard, and conspiring noble were all censured as per their station and relevant action. Lashings and labor, disappeared, and ostracized for the social season, respectively. Wait, so, okay, so the hero thief, lashings and labor, that's kind of sucky. Foiled bard, disappeared. And the noblewoman was ostracized. The scandal played out far longer in the theatrically serialized adaptation, which reimagined the three as siblings separated at birth, competing for Lady Castine's hand at her orchestration. The conclusion was relatively accurate to the original event, save the punishment of the thief and noble being swapped to comic effect. Generally good reviews received, though some thought the height of the lady's hair to be unrealistic. Okay. Red handkerchief. Favors for friends. A scrap of parchment is hastily torn from an ornate document, stuffed into its hiding space with a large red sock. And we are to obey well. We meet at 3 bells to discuss how best to serve the new way. Scrawled below in a misspelled script. Herald go at time. Praise Andraste. Taken together, the messages reveal a time, 3 bells, path, the third choice or something like that, the third alley, and key to a location on the world map. Great. Alright guys, we will check that out in the next video. Hope to see you there.